Welcome back to Two Marks and a Spark, right here on Lock 22. Damon, you're still in the corner, pal.
Sweet.
Russ, it's been a week, brother.
Yeah, it's been more than a week. Yeah, I wasn't able to record. I had a very, very, very full and busy family life for the last week and a half that I won't go into now, but I'm aware of most of what's going on in wrestling and the news, but watching it wasn't my top priority, but I saw enough to wing it if you could just take the lead, and I'll try not to yammer on too much.
Well, we're going to talk a lot of news today because there was a lot of news, and I want to start with kind of the most important thing that if we didn't talk about it, it's the title of this show, we'd look kind of stupid. WWE releases Galore is the name of this episode, and it is the season 5 premiere, not how we wanted to start this 5th season, but it unfortunately is the cross we have to bear. Russ, last Friday, news started to come out of one departure after another. I was texting you most of the day, telling you they just keep coming.
I knew this happens every year, but and there's always the ones that make you scratch your head. And I'm really, really completely baffled by some of these choices. I'll admit there's some NXT trainee people that I might have read their name before, but I didn't know who they are. So, but I'm sure there's a lot of names that really shocked you also.
Right. I'm just going to go through the main roster names really quick. The entire Wyatt Six, just all of them. Nikki Cross, Bo Dallas, Dexter Lumis, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, the whole thing. Why they didn't hang on to Joe Gacy and just repackage him again, I don't know. That guy's really good. They could have just repackaged him again and it would have been fine.
Yes. Also, can I make a comment about Nikki Cross, or do you want to wait and go through her later?
Let's hear it, and then after that, we'll do comments at the end.
Women's division could have really used her. Bringing her back and not letting her wrestle was baffling. That entrance, White Six, she made more than the most of what they gave her to work with. I mean, if you want somebody to play like an eerie goth girl type spooky part in the movie, she could do it. But the other thing is, go back and look at those matches. Find those matches. She was a champion, and she deserved it more than once. She was reduced to a superhero comedy character, and then after that, they had her go crazy and not talk. She could wrestle rings around most of the roster. She was not a TNA type girl. She was hardworking, athletic. She was over with the fans. And, from my perspective, that automatically makes her sexy in the best way, if that's what you want to go for. But that's not the way the WWE markets. I think that that's a prominent general that we could go on in another episode about, is the double standards for female wrestlers versus men.
Oh, we could do a whole podcast on that.
Oh, yeah.
The next set, and this is where things started to get weird. Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, Kairi Sane, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Santos Escobar, Apollo Crews, Zoe Stark, and Alba Fire. This is where things, and that's all of them from the main roster. There's some NXT talent in there as well, but that's just the main roster. Things started to get weird when the Alba Fire news came out.
Yes. No more Hervis.
And
no more Hervis.
I guess not.
Hervis, which is a shame because we're both Chelsea Green guys.
Yeah, we're both marks for Chelsea Green, so that's a shame. The surprising names here: Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. What are they doing?
Why have they never used this guy right? I hear some commentary. There's nothing there in the long term, and he's not getting across. Well, I remember him coming up, and I remember the way that him in the great matches, and he was most definitely over. Then they, when he came back, it kind of like it felt like, what's he doing? What's he doing? It didn't seem original, and eventually it felt like remember when Killer Cross went away? I'm sorry,
Yes.
the other name I still call it, was it Carrying Cross?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like, well, let's take that storyline, that gimmick that we have with that couple, and let's just give it to them. And let's see if they can get it over in 2 weeks. They say, well, he was difficult to work with in AEW. Well, what could he possibly have to be moody about? My goodness, a talent like that,
So
he can get over.
Zelina Vega is odd because she'd been there for what felt like forever. Now she's really good. She's another one that could wrestle circles around most of the division, probably. And they just never decided that she won Queen of the Ring one time and then got her ass kicked.
Correct. Right. And then she's been in 100 different groups and about 24 different hair colors since then. And I felt like with her being paired with her, are they a real life couple?
Yes.
That's what I thought. And I thought, that's working. That's working. They can do something with this. But you see, here's the thing. I don't blame the wrestlers when a gimmick like that gets stalled and the push gets shut off. I blame the creative because I think those people are talented enough to get anything over. And I don't know. They need to let these wrestlers follow some of their own instincts about who their character is. Because
these are some of the most...
Yeah. Sorry.
These are some of the most baffling releases I've seen in a very, very long time that just make you go, what? Why? I'm just going to keep going down the list. Kairi Sane. Why?
I thought we were getting to the story finally moving on between her and Asuka.
Oh, yeah, the story moved on.
And then it disappeared.
The story moved on. Kairi left the company. That's how the story ended. And Sabin and Shelley.
She was over. Kairi saying since day one, go watch her debut in that Moolah tournament, the first one they did. She was over with the fans from day one.
And she left of her own volition the first time. And this does not seem to be that.
There's mixed messages out there that contradict each other, so we don't really know. She seems to indicate that, yeah, she's back in Japan, but she said that she didn't walk away. So
last time she did.
Yeah.
This time, no. One thing that has been flying around is that Aleister Black potentially requested his release after Zelina Vega was released. So I guess that might, there's rumor and speculation that, one got released and then the other was like, let me go too.
Mm-hmm.
For fuck's sake. The Motor City Machine Guns. What?
Because their tag team division is just so overrun with superstar tag teams. My gosh. I think that they've never been in the AEW, have they? Or did they do a match or two?
I think they did a match.
Well, I hope TNA needs some good talent. There's options for them.
TNA needs a booker.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a whole nother. We could do an episode about that. See, we thought we'd seen the worst of TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Been good there for a couple of years, and something happened. But anyway,
yeah, it's called they fired Scott D'Amore.
Right.
And everything went to shit. Santos Escobar, I still don't get why they don't do something with this guy. Why they never did anything with this guy. I don't know what the hell they were thinking there. Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews is a guy who could get over with the fans, but he was like stuck in that position for years. He's not even being used. Isn't it true that Apollo Crews and Bo Dallas were under contract for multiple years where they didn't actually even appear at all? So I would look for them maybe to not necessarily badmouth the company too bad on the way out, because you never know. Apollo Crews, they could have done something with him, and when
They could have.
they tried to push him again, they gave him some real stupid gimmick that I can't remember what it was, but it felt like it was a little racist.
Well, it got over though because he's that good.
I can't imagine pro wrestling bookers doing anything racist, so I'm sure I'm remembering it wrong. That doesn't happen.
Zoe Stark, who was cleared for all of about 2 weeks,
Yeah,
is released.
right. Yeah, I hope that she's able to find some place to work, because she's such a great talent. She really is. I was always a big fan of hers.
They were doing some good stuff with her and Natalia.
Yes, they were. That injury took her out for a while, and during her recovery, she posted a few videos.
Her and Shayna. Well, I guess they let Shayna go, so they probably had to let her go because, their gimmick was, we're just going to release a bunch of tag teams.
Yeah, exactly. That made no sense. Well, I remember what it was. I think it was Shayna Baszler was a person. It was about a 10-second clip, and she was at a church somewhere with some of the AEW wrestlers, and she was getting baptized. And just something like that. I thought, yeah, well, that's interesting too. It must be a church that is welcoming to LGBT people. Then that's a good thing.
Russ, unbelievably, after this, they somehow did an episode of SmackDown. I don't know how. If you were a talent, would you not have said,
"What's left?" SmackDown got decimated. Totally.
Most of the people that got released were on SmackDown.
Yeah. And that's their weakest show. I understand why they're going back to 2 hours.
It is unbelievable to me that they can release that many people and still try to run a show after that. Morale had to be in the toilet.
Yeah.
Russ, let's just kind of, both me and you have kind of had stuff going on outside of wrestling this week, but overall, Raw feels like it's kind of moving in the right direction with Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu at the top. And it seemed
at the top, maybe the new wave of people they're bringing in, I have mixed feelings about.
I mean, Joe Hendry got over immediately.
Yeah.
Which you knew he would. Joe Hendry's really good at getting over. Just here's the thing. They're calling these people up because they have to, because they just cut, 90% of the roster or whatever.
Right.
At least on SmackDown. They call up Fatal Influence, which that didn't make a whole lot of sense. I didn't think they were ready.
I'm confused about them too. And sometimes I pay more attention to the aesthetics than the match. I've seen 3 girls that I don't know who they are, but I'm a wrestling fan. Who are they? They look alike. They sound alike. I don't understand why they're there, who they are. They gave us nothing to either. They didn't give us a reason to like them or dislike them. If you didn't know who they were, you had to be indifferent, wondering what the hell's going on here. They really have a lot of weak spots in the women's division, I think. Probably just those writers in that writing room doing things that don't make sense.
we also have these are the 3 confirmed matches. I already talked about Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. That feud is going in a very interesting direction. Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker seems like it's finally going to happen at Backlash.
Why did it take 2 years to acknowledge that he was a Steiner in a big way? They did in the promo, but I thought it was kind of dumb to call him Braun Breaker instead of Braun Steiner. They probably did that, what they didn't think it was going to make it, but I don't know. That was their decision, but they might as well just start calling him Braun Steiner. I think it'd be even better.
And we're finally getting Io Sky versus Asuka.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
It only took them 3 months too long to start building that.
I think a lot of people miss out on what a brilliant storyline Asuka was doing with Kairi Sane. I read some of her interviews about the training system that the girls go through as young girls and then into women in Japan and the brutality of it. And she was basing her character on some of that. So there was a lot of subtext to it. I thought they finally had Kairi Sane doing the promos in Japanese with the English subtitles. Brilliant, brilliant. Just like they had done with some other people before. And it looked like they're finally going to get this going somewhere. And then it's like canceling the last episode of your favorite TV show that was going to have the series finale. And then they decided, hell, let's not show it.
Hell. It's just.
But there's a lot of wrestling history in that gimmick that it was based upon that most of us don't know a lot about.
Look, they finally started to look like they were going to do something with those 2.
Yeah.
2 women that we've been begging them to do something with for literal years. At this point, Asuka, it's been damn near a decade that we've been sitting here talking about, are they ever going to do anything with Asuka? Are they ever going to figure it out with Asuka?
Well, her and Io Sky, I'm looking forward to that match. That should be a classic.
So, Russ.
Yes, sir.
On the SmackDown side, it is far muddier, I would say, in the water. It would appear we're getting Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk.
Probably. Looks like it.
Although, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because Randy didn't exactly lose clean at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
So they could have easily pivoted back to that if they wanted to. They could have kept that going.
Yeah.
There was a heelish argument in there that Randy could have gotten another match. Oh, Cody kicked me in the nuts.
Okay. All right. They can have a nut kicker match. The winner gets to kick his opponent and then nuts as many times as he wants to until he passes out. Stipulation match. Called the slap match.
Somehow I think that might be better than the Mania match.
That's terrible.
Russ, I don't know what this company is doing.
Well, they don't know what they're doing, but they're sure charging a hell of a lot of money and making a lot of money doing it.
What do you think about Roman Reigns seemingly being full-time through the summer?
Okay, fine. Whatever.
I mean,
it's the same top guys. It's the same top guys. And just as soon as they get some of the mid-card people ready that you're interested in, some of the undercard people, you're hoping to get a chance. They let a whole shit ton of them go, and they bring in a new crew, and they're going to try to start building storylines out of this mess. And I wish them all luck, but at this point, I'm not excited about big matches between all of the top stars that we've seen over and over, especially in the men's division. Less so in the women's.
I mean, the women's division releases aside, I mean, they just called Mariah May up, which she never should have been in NXT anyway. They should have just stuck her right on the main roster, stick her on SmackDown, which is what they're doing now.
Well,
so she'll at least make SmackDown watchable.
She really knows how to get heat with the crowd. She's good at it.
But even when they signed her, me and you said, like, I think it was you who said it, that, like, why is she going to NXT?
I remember that, yeah. Well, that's because we're judging by how over she was when she left AEW. And
it's not even about being over. It's just about they don't send people to NXT to get over, because people get over in NXT and then they don't get over on the main roster.
Happens all the time, right?
They send people to NXT to hone their craft and whatever. But like Mariah May is just really fucking great at this professional wrestling thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I was her, I would have taken being sent to NXT as like an insult. I'd have been like, the fuck?
But you wasn't there that long, though.
No, they didn't Roxanne Perez. They didn't do to her what they did to Roxanne Perez, which was they signed Roxanne Perez and she was ready for the main roster immediately, and they stuck her down there for 3 years. Which made no sense. And I remember me and you, I would tell you all the time, they need to call Roxanne Perez up. There's no other solution. Call up Roxanne Perez right now.
Well, one of the things easy with her now with the Judgment Day is there going to be anything done with the Judgment Day. I mean, we thought it'd be over by now. We were hoping it would be, but there's rumors about she might be the one to turn babyface and go with Finn. Then they'll probably get a tag team out of it, mixed tag. Who knows?
I mean, do you know what they should have done, or what they should do now? Have Dominic win the world heavyweight title at this point. Fuck it. Just fuck it. Who cares? Just put the thing on Dominic. Have everybody get mad at him. Have JD kick him in the balls. JD is finally getting over. You can do something with him.
Right.
JD's not hopeless anymore. I half expected him to get released.
I'm very glad he wasn't. You think there could be any more coming, or that it's done for now? There's been about 24.
Yeah, I think they're done for now. Who knows? Maybe we'll get more tomorrow. But I don't think so. Look, this company has continued to do the dumbest thing possible for about a year now.
I know.
It has just been one, what the fuck are you doing after another?
Right. You want to hear a joke I heard online?
Yes.
Next WrestleMania, it's going to be like, if you pay $50,000, the fans can get to be a ring post.
I heard that one. That's a good one.
They probably put a on your head.
I cannot fucking believe where this company is at.
Yes, sir. It's really falling fast. This is the TKO era.
Yeah.
Ruthless depression, some people call it, the ruthless depression era.
And on the other side of the aisle, we have AEW, who is... do they have missteps? Yes, but no wrestling promotion is perfect. At the end of the day, these things are run by humans, and humans aren't perfect. Everybody's going to screw up somewhere.
They're still the one I'm rooting for, AEW. Hanging in there with, even if
they're easy to root for, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, they're kind of just doing... Tony has kind of dropped his whole fuck WWE shtick. I don't know if you've noticed that. He's kind of dropped that.
Yeah.
And he's kind of just focusing on AEW, which is what everybody told him to do.
There's still a lot of guys are there. FTR is still there with Big Stoke. And it's been a while since we've seen Swerve and Nana. Is he hurt? I can't remember.
I think Swerve's filming a movie.
Oh, all right. Swerve in a movie.
Well, and then they've done this Darby thing, and this Darby thing has created a lot of controversial, like, was it the right move? Wasn't it? Da 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 da. It's going to be a short-term run.
I believe so.
Like, you know it is, but they're doing really good stuff with it. A week ago, we had Ciampa and Darby for the world title. That match was fucking great.
Yes, it was. Well, I have never seen Ciampa have a bad match, even before he came to WWE. Was it Ring of Honor? I think it's really, yeah. Excellent then.
Him and Gargano, for as bad as the gimmick was,
right,
we're still putting on just excellent matches.
Johnny Gargano, that poor guy, he's been a gimmick of so much bad gimmicks, that.
Are you surprised he didn't beg them to release him?
I don't know. Did you
I did just
good promo? I never thought his promos were good, but in the ring he was awesome. Which is I think why a lot of times they let him do comedic stuff, because promo wise he didn't sound as tough as he was. You know what I mean? Or was I missing something?
I mean, he looks small, but he is way stronger than he looks, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But AEW continues to kind of not fuck up.
Not too bad. Right.
Last night's Dynamite, of what I saw of it, which wasn't very much, was really good. The main event, Brody King and Darby Allin. Darby obviously retaining the title. You knew they weren't going to switch the title on 2 weeks after they just did it.
No, they've got on the I think it's Saturday the 9th, is it? They have a big show coming up.
That's WWE.
I'm sorry, that's Backlash. Sorry, yeah, Sunday is when later in the month is the. So they have a lot of time to build a Double or Nothing. Knowing them, they'll build up to a nice big 12-card match, and it'll seem shorter than the WWE show with 4 matches. It'll feel shorter. That's the way it goes.
And it'll end up being longer somehow.
Right. That being said, there is some, WWE shows are so plotting. We hate that. But that being said, I think in order to maybe broaden out their audience a little more, it wouldn't hurt on some of their weekly TV to it's match action. AEW, if they can find a way to just let it breathe just a little bit, maybe now and then throughout the show, just kind of slow the pace.
They have started doing that, specifically with Collision, I've noticed. Moxley cut a really good backstage promo on Ospreay on Collision this past week.
Uh-huh. Yes, I remember seeing that.
And I think they should let him do more of that backstage kind of Raw stuff. Not Raw like WWE, but Raw like there just happens to be a camera here.
Right.
Like he's not even really, like at no point during this thing with Ospreay does he even acknowledge that there's a camera there. And I think that's genius.
Right. Exactly. It helps the suspension of disbelief, as they call it.
Right, and the camera guy doesn't move during this promo. When people are talking, it's one straight shot. And it's really well done. They should do more of that.
Yeah, I think so. That worked pretty well.
They should do more of that and less of the staring down the barrel of the camera. I'm gonna kill you. Shit.
I got another great idea, but this will never happen. 2 suggestions for our good friend Excalibur. Just don't talk so damn fast and don't talk so damn loud. But
I would be okay if the news came out that Excalibur was leaving the company.
Right.
I wouldn't.
Man, I tell you what, the main reason why that booth doesn't work as good as a 3-man booth should is because the other two guys can't hardly get any time to say anything.
Well, they also have the wrong guy leading.
Yeah, exactly.
It should be Shivani as the lead guy there, and it's not. Double or Nothing is May 24th.
Oh, thank you. That's a Sunday, isn't it?
Yes. That will probably be the last Sunday show that we get to do a post show for a while. So
right. Change in the wind coming on up.
Change in schedule. This show will probably air on Saturdays more often than not. Shrewsworthy, which comes on right after this today, is normally going to air on Fridays at 6. That time could move a little bit, could be a little earlier, but it's probably going to be about 6 Central every week. And that comes on right after this. Tonight it'll be on at 6. So this show will be over, and it'll probably be about hour and 10-minute gap, and then we'll go right into that. And then obviously the show also right here on Live 22, probably going to stick to its current format of Sunday or Tuesday. At least for now. There's your programming notes for that. Russ, of what you've seen this week, what was your favorite match?
I'd have to stop and think. Of this week, I've seen most of Raw and most of Dynamite. You go first because my mind's drawing a blank.
Probably Ciampa versus Darby from last week.
Oh, going to the last week. Oh, yes, definitely. In the last week, yes, most definitely. Ciampa versus Darby, very impressive. It looks like we're going to be getting a 6-man with Ciampa teaming with FTR.
Yeah,
which could be really great. It makes sense that they think alike. Act alike.
Oh yeah. Russ, we only have 3 announced matches for Double or Nothing, but as you said, they've got a lot of time.
Yes, they do.
2. Takeshita versus Okada. That is going to be. Oh my God.
That's going to be. I really got high hopes for that. I really enjoyed both of them. They made the perfect choice for who to be the heel and who to be the face. I think they really did.
Yeah. And then FTR versus Cope and Cage in an I Quit street fight. Listen, that's going to be a plunder match, but they've got like the 4 guys that are perfect for that type of match.
Exactly. Yes.
The 4 guys who are just built for let's throw everything at the wall.
Oh, I'll bet you that they're going to have to change the mat after that one if it ain't the main event. So that one will be a juicy one, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. I'm really enjoying AEW right now. I am not enjoying WWE at all.
I know. Yeah. Does that make us internet smart snob fans? No, it doesn't. It just means that they're doing a better show right now. It could change.
It could always change. I mean, AEW sucked at this point 2 years ago. So.
Exactly.
And they don't suck now. The wind changed.
Mm-hmm.
The products changed.
Right. Now of the other promotions out there that I have access to on TV, I keep wanting I keep looking for a second promotion to get my attention in a positive way. So I have a built-in excuse to abandon WWE whenever I feel like it. And TNA ain't there. And Ring of Honor, that's a subscription, isn't it? Is that a monthly subscription?
Lucha Underground is coming back.
Really? Are they going to have the flying superheroes and the movie monsters and shit, or is it going to be just wrestling?
Well, you like the flying superheroes and the movie monsters and shit.
they had like people getting killed in jail and kung fu, and oh my gosh, that was like a science fiction Mexican wrestling soap opera.
And
I
you
mean,
loved it.
I know. I mean, go all the way back to those old Mexican movies like El Santo versus the Monsters. He'd be wrestling Frankenstein and the Mummy and all that shit. Oh, that's awesome. We see us American kids, we missed out on that. All we got was fucking Hulk Hogan. They had El Santo.
Did you watch? Have you watched the Hulk Hogan documentary yet?
I can't even get through the promo. And
we should watch it.
I mean, I just interesting how many lives of omission and lives of omission.
Russ,
things they leave
do you know what we should do?
What's that?
Because we're on a bit of a fucked up schedule.
Yeah.
We should do a show on Saturday where we just talk about the Hulk Hogan documentary.
Oh, I don't know, man. I can't get that drunk. I wouldn't be able to talk. It's interesting.
I can't get that drunk.
The daughter, a lot of people are piling onto her because apparently she was estranged from her father. And, even just here's a little bit of the details of what he was like, I could see that happening, Sometimes when parents are going through crises and kids are going through crises and I ain't gonna pick on the girl and say, oh, she wasn't that great a singer or nothing like that, She was Hulk Hogan's kid. What do you expect, man? You got to have some kind of issues.
Dude, I cannot believe how awful some of these Hulk Hogan defenders actually are.
Well, and I'm not saying the guy never did a good thing in his life. I'm saying you can't ignore the historical facts. The record tell the whole story,
Yeah.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
That is true. Hulk Hogan did make racist comments about his daughter's African-American boyfriend. Yeah. He made a ton of racist comments about him. Yes. A ton.
Right. He got that thing that came out, and I understand why. I understand the feelings expressed by people like Mark Henry, in that it said that when somebody makes it a public apology, you can get a good sense of how they really feel about it and why they're doing it, and not just by what they say, but how they say it, and how it's worded, and if you want to lose right off the bat, don't give me this. If anyone was offended or hurt, well, motherfucker, you wouldn't be talking if somebody wasn't offended and hurt. So, you could start with, I was wrong. I was a douchebag. I was wrong. And there's no defense. And you don't have to forgive me. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I can't forgive myself. Goodbye. That's possible.
Well,
I've said some awful shit too. See, I can sympathize too because I've said hateful shit that I knew was wrong, but I never did it in public or in a way that got recorded and broadcast, But mine wasn't racist stuff. It was just like being hurtful to an individual person I was fighting with, And well enough to know to say the thing. Which apparently he did here too. I digress.
Well, that's going to about do it for this week. Shrewsworthy goes live right here on Lock 22 at 6 o'clock.
What's the subject?
Come back for that. That show. Huh?
What's the subject today on Shrewsworthy?
This administration's abject failure.
All right.
Russ made public comments about you and did not apologize. Well,
about who?
He probably won't.
Damon?
Damon. Yeah.
Did I say anything that was untoward, sir? If I offended you, or if I hurt your feelings, my lawyer has advised me to apologize.
Don't worry, buddy. You're under contract for like another 3 years. They can't do anything.
All right.
We're good. All right, folks.
All right.
We will talk to you hopefully Saturday. If not, we will keep you apprised of the situation. I have 2 or 3 shows I'm going to be doing between now and then, so I'm sure I'll have an update on one of those about when the next episode of this is going to be. It might be Monday next week before you hear from us again, just so we can, maybe we both watch Collision, because we reviewed Dynamite and Raw, basically. So, yeah, let's just both watch Collision.
Collision. I'll tell you what, it's like a little dash of old WCW Saturday Night with a Lucha Libre influence. How's that
I
sound?
hate watching Collision, but I'll do it this week because we're on a weird schedule. All right. We'll be back probably Monday. Wait. Are you available Sunday?
Me?
Yeah.
You're the one I'm talking to? You talking to me? As far as I
Yeah.
know, I am. If we'll do Sunday.
Okay, maybe it'll be Sunday then.
All right.
All right, folks. We're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Be back here at 6 o'clock for Shrewsworthy, where we're going to talk about a lot of serious shit as opposed to this wrestling hocus pocus. Don't worry. I made it funny. Everybody enjoy the wrestling this week. And Uncle Russ, thanks for showing up for work today.
Yeah. Glad to do it.
Bye-bye, everybody. Damon, I'd normally tell you to play the music, but we keep getting in trouble for that. So just, yeah, that's that.